I'm in the Pete Rock mood, Reg.
You say you're in a Pete Rock mood?
Yes. Busting your ass next week with this.
Shit, I gotta make my list tonight.
It's my shit right here.
Deliver action thrillers that explode in your ear. Compensate for all the ups and downs in my career. Stop the small talk.
Favorite producer all time.
Just to let y'all know, I'm like 5 minutes away from the crib and shit.
Alright.
While some of y'all cats in the game for fame. Fame lives in my name. Pete Rock. It's simple and plain. Check out. Simply stressing it. Superstar chin checking kid. God protected. So I'm selected.
Yes, yes.
The next break. Contemplate the world's fate. PR the heavyweight. With these thoughts in your mind while we on the top. You can tell I'm still on it by the way I rock it. Full swing. Introduce the 98.
Yo, my show is coming back tonight.
It's good?
I said Atlanta is coming back tonight.
Yeah, I heard. I only saw season 1.
Shit, season 2, man. Season 2 was crazy.
I've been watching Halo. I've been playing Halo.
Shit, fuck
I'm in the Halo mood right now, man. I ain't even touched the whole collection. You know what I'm saying? It's like I gotta finish the other drinks.
Man, fuck Halo, man. That's all I gotta say.
I'm in a Halo mood right now. About to finish 4, 5, and 6.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? That Halo show is dope. I love it.
I feel you on that. I was just catching up on Power too. It's kind of getting good now. The Tommy show.
But they still need to develop the characters though, man. I feel like they ain't really developed. Like I couldn't tell you what's gonna happen for the season finale.
Same.
I don't even know because they haven't set it up well enough to like predict what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I thought I was the only one, but we'll talk about that like when the finale, when we do the recap and shit.
Yes.
Because I know Bel Air. I think the season finale of Bel Air is next week.
Is it already?
Yeah, because they're doing 10 episodes and shit. If I'm not mistaken.
I thought we only on episode 8.
Episode 9 came out this morning.
Oh, this morning?
Yeah.
Mike was good.
What's good, everybody in the chat? About to make me some good ass dinner after I finished up this review because I'm hungry like a motherfucker.
Busting your ass with Pete Rock next week. I can't wait. I'm going all out with it. I'm doing a sound check early. I'm like, let me see what fits on the list and what doesn't.
By the way, let's do 6 bonus.
All right. Cypress Hill and Onyx. Who y'all got winning that versus?
Ooh, that's a hard ass.
I think Cypress Hill's gonna win, but it's gonna be a close battle. Like I seen people online talking about they're gonna wash Onyx. I'm like, oh y'all niggas nuts. Onyx first 3 albums were classic. What are you talking about? It ain't gonna be no wash. It's gonna be a close battle, but I still got Cypress. I think Cypress still putting out heat now.
I agree. That album was dope.
Okay, we lost Reg. Ain't gonna be no wash at all. It's gonna be a close battle, but I got Cypress. And their new album is fire. You know. Onyx could win it. Onyx could win it too. But I think they would have to stick to just their 3 albums. I think Onyx could win it too, but they would have to just stick to their 3 albums. I don't think anything after Shut Them Down, they gonna win. You know what I'm saying? You say Cypress got the fourth album was fire. Onyx ain't got a fourth album that was solid.
Yeah, because Back the Fuck Up 2 was trash. Trigonometry was trash.
Yeah. All those joints I skipped over. Like there wasn't nothing like dope out of those albums.
Yeah.
You're breaking up.
But
You're breaking up. Your signal.
well, I'm almost home anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Take this fucking phone. God.
Be real. Be real is a better lyricist. Definitely. I fuck with Be Real.
I'm gonna have to go with Dub C as much as I love Be Real.
Dub C is dope. Who now? Who had the better solo albums? Dub C had the better solo albums. You know, because Be Real was
I
doing a
don't think
lot
Be
of.
Real.
Huh?
Yeah, Be Real didn't really have no solo albums, didn't he?
No, he has a solo. He has Smoke and Mirrors. That was on Duck Down.
Oh, okay, I forgot about that.
But he did a lot of he did a lot of side joints. Like he did a joint with Burner. He did a joint. You know, he did like the serial killer stuff. He did Prophets of Rage.
Dope.
So he has like a lot of side projects. Now, if he dip into his side project bag, then honestly gonna lose because like Sticky Fingers only got one great solo album, and I didn't even like Federal Star shit.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? So if he dip into his solo bag, then Cypress Hill already automatically gonna win that shit. But if they just stick to the group stuff, it's gonna be a close battle.
Yeah. Hey, I just got home. I'm about to set up my laptop and come back to the studio and shit.
All right.
So y'all give me like 2 minutes. I'll be back.
Favorite album by J. Rule? I love the first two. The first two that Primo did. Sunrises in the East and Wrath of the Math. Those are the two classics. Anything after that I wasn't really checking for from him. Soul Assassins is dope. One of the most illest crews ever. And it's not even a crew, it's like just Muggs by itself and he just still putting out heat right now. You know, the shit he's did with a Little Ito and with Riggs and with Crime Apple, Rock Marcy, he's still putting out heat. One of the best producers ever. I would love for Muggs to do a beat battle with Alchemist. That would be ill. That'd be crazy. You know? I think he from over here, but he moved to Cali like when he was younger. That's why he got that boom bap sound because he don't sound like a California producer like Quick or EA Ski or whatever.
Definitely. That's gonna be a great battle. Can't wait. These niggas getting checks from McDonald's and they probably don't even eat McDonald's. Big Noida Twins. I love Twins, yo. Big Twins got some dope music. Noida's dope too, but Twins got the better albums. Sticky only got one good solo album. I ain't all that other shit I ain't care for. You never heard of a lot of shit, yo. Put down the Tupac albums and listen to some other shit. You might like it. Cruise was good. What you listening to? Don't tell me Bow Wow. Don't tell me. I want to hear some real shit. Your Conway album? Really? What's your favorite song? Yep. Life After Death. 25 years. Dropped on my birthday, which is tomorrow. Classic double album. I love it. Rest in peace, Big. Yeah, you listening to Crime Apple? Which album? You like the song with J. Cole? You mean the Benny album? J. Cole ain't on Conway album. 10 to Talk 4. That's what you talking about. Thanks, Sam.
Yo.
Yo.
What you talking about?
You think the first one of what? The Crime Apple album? You don't even know the name of it. Oh Lord.
What you talking about?
See, this is why we here. We gotta save this generation, yo. We'll talk about. He said he listened to the Conway album and the Crime Apple, and he's saying the song with J. Cole. J. Cole ain't on the Conway album.
Mm. Our niggas be funny.
Well, we got Griselda stuff coming, so you'll be good.
Next week.
Griselda week next week. Can't wait.
Not a Griselda week, just a double review.
Oh, just a double review? You're not doing Griselda week?
No.
Why not?
Because I got other stuff planned.
Oh Lord. Do we really need to go through Nas shitty discography?
I'm not doing
In-
Nas
in-
right now. I got other stuff better than Nas I want to talk about.
Oh God, I'm cringing just at the thought of doing Untitled. I don't like that album.
All right.
I'm cringing, Reg. Reg God is doing trashy reviews again. Fly God was dope, and I like part two. I think part two was even better, but people slept on that one.
What did you think of the Paris album, Pray for Paris?
That was dope. I definitely, but you see the thing with that, Westside got outshined by all those features. The joint with Joey Badass and Tyler and Wale was on. He got outshined by those other artists. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, like that. I'm like, he's not on par with Conway and Benny when it comes to bars. You don't have it.
Yeah,
So like,
I definitely see your point.
Right. I'm like an artist like Tyler, even though I don't think Tyler's that great lyrically, he easily outshined him on that shit. He said, you like the Wild Chapters on the Conway album? That's the one with T.I. I think T.I. was on that one. He don't Pray for Paris was dope, but he got outshined. And that's not even my favorite one from him.
Vicky Bale.
Busy Bone Heaven's Movie or Crazy. Oh man, I love Heaven's Movie. That was I had the poster to that shit too. I had the poster on my wall for that. Definitely a Busy Bone's best album. Thug Mentality was great too. I like Thug on the Line, the second album, slept on.
I gotta hear those Bone Thug solo albums.
Those joints, I need to get those. Them shits is out of print too.
Finally home, Jesus.
What's your thoughts on Q doing the rendition of Q? You mentioned that shit last night. What does that mean? He did a rendition. It's his song. He part of the group.
Like a solo rendition.
Did he?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to hear it yet. So
It was probably good. He's a great singer. He dope.
Jesus Christ. Shit. Q said I heard both of them albums. That was dope.
Bone Thugs or Busy Bone.
Yeah. Dope review last night on 112 though.
Yeah, that was great.
And your birthday's on Friday, right? Just making sure.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Friday, guys.
Life After Death. 25 years. On my birthday that came out, as well as the Dipset album.
Word.
Great.
Yeah, the
Better
greatest rap.
discography.
You said what?
Huh? Oh yeah, greatest rap. I mean, yeah, one of the greatest rappers. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely top 5 to me.
I'm just gonna add this thumbnail right quick, and then I'm about to start.
Better discography, David Bowie or Stevie Wonder. Well, I'm more a fan of Stevie Wonder's work, so I'm not even gonna front like I'm a huge David Bowie fan like that.
True. Stevie Wonder by a landslide, but
Yes, it's not even close. I don't even think Bowie got a Songs in the Key of Life album. Does he?
Yeah, I mean,
He does have that?
he does have now like Station to Station, Ziggy Stardust. But does Stevie have a Ziggy Stardust album though?
Yes, he do. I think Hotter Than July was a great album.
Oh yeah,
You know,
and I think Scary Monsters was a good album too.
right?
I love both Stevie. I'm not even gonna pick that shit. Whoever asked that shit, y'all know better.
Ronnie's actually Talking Book was great. In this was it in the Squid Circle? That was a good album.
Fulfilling his first finale.
Stevie has some classics, man. Shout out to all the Aries. Crew's birthday is next week. Shout out to all the Aries, man. All the Aries again. Saturday is my grandfather's birthday, but he ain't here to celebrate it. So
R.I.P.
do I think Friends is overrated? I think it is overrated.
Friends as in the show? Hell yeah.
In the show, yeah. Intervisions is dope too, yeah.
Ooh, I love Intervision.
Jungle Fever soundtrack. Classic soundtrack.
All right, perfect.
I said Hotter Than July.
I got one. Not a lot of people mentioned it in Square Circle.
I said that too.
I didn't hear you.
Yes, I did. I said that. See, we got like about at least 6 or 7 that I love. Marvin Gaye and Diana Ross are Aries. Hey, that's great. I'm in great company then.
All right. I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's good, you too? How's everyone doing this lovely Thursday night? Your boy Reg in the building. Come on, boy, try with me.
What up?
Tonight is the last night for the David Bowie Berlin trilogy. Shit went by so fucking fast and shit, but fuck it. And this is what a lot of people consider his weirdest album, and that's saying a lot. David Bowie Lodger. This came out in May 25th, 1979, of course on RCA Records. It only came out with a couple singles, pretty much like Boys Keep Swinging, DJ, The Assassin, which that was like mostly a Netherlands single, and Look Back at Anger, which was a US and Canada single. Let me see. Of course, producers include Bowie and Tony Visconti as usual. The personnel, you got David Bowie, you got Brian Eno, of course, on like synthesizers, pianos, all that. Tony Visconti on mandolin and guitar. Adrian Belew on mandolin and guitar and certain tracks. Carlos Lamar, Dennis Davis, George Murray, Sean Mays, Simon House, Roger Powell, and Stan Harrison. Okay, so after the release of Heroes and stuff like that, pretty much Bowie, I didn't know he actually dropped like a classical album too, like in '78.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it was kind of like under the radar,
Right.
and whatnot. Let me see if I can pull up the name of it.
What year this came out?
'78. It's called David Bowie.
No, I mean this album Larger.
Oh, 79.
So 79. Okay.
Yeah, it's called David Bowie narrates Prokofiev's Peter and the Wolf and shit. Like I never knew about this shit and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's news to me. So that's something. And then also in '78, he dropped like I mentioned, a stage album and stuff like that. And so he pretty much spent most of 1978 on tour, like the Asphalt tour,
Right,
and stuff. And then, of course, like I mentioned, he was beating his drug addiction and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else about this album. And so yeah, man. After the tour ended, that's when he started working on this album and shit. I'm not even gonna hold you guys and shit like that. Out of all the albums from the Berlin trilogy, this might be probably the most complex one. Yet it can also be known as the most weirdest one compared to like the first two albums.
it was very weird.
Yeah, very, very weird album. And when it comes to like David Bowie, he's always a risk taker when it comes to his music and shit too. But there's a lot of people who, out of like all these years, they have like a lot of mixed reactions when it comes to this album and stuff like that too. There's a lot of people that like this album, but then there's like a lot of people that don't necessarily dislike it. They just don't really feel like it's touching Low and Heroes and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
He
Because
was a
like
weird
last,
guy.
you said what?
He was weird. I don't know if people like him because he was weird or they just naturally like him. I just feel like when I listen to these albums, it's like it's just some weird shit that was going on. You know what I'm
Indeed.
saying?
Um, and one thing about this album too, when it comes to the Berlin trilogy, at one point, this is actually my favorite album from the Berlin trilogy. At one point,
Oh wow. But
yeah.
what happened? You,
Well,
you stopped liking it?
we'll get into that because, like, I know last week I mentioned how Heroes was like the climax of like the Berlin trilogy because I said how low its intention was not as a commercial album because it
Mhm.
was just trying to be experimental and stuff like that. Whereas Heroes was trying to like be more experimental yet still maintain its commercial visibility and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Lodger to me was just you can say it tried to recapture the experimentation of low, but can also say it tried to be a more accessible album because this album did not have those instrumental tracks that Low and Heroes had too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? This whole album is just a weird way to end off his decade of the '70s and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Very weird way. And you gotta remember around this time too, yeah, cats like Talking Heads coming out. Yeah, cats like the Cars coming out too. Like
Mhm.
the unconventional rock sound was beginning to take shape because disco during like the late '70s was like a lot of rock acts was trying to experiment with that disco sound. Thank God David Bowie really did it. And I know people want to say, "Oh well, Fame was soul. It was not disco. It was pretty much
Mhm.
funk. It was soul and shit like that too." You know, mind you,
Right.
John Lennon helped write that song too with David Bowie and shit. So y'all know Bowie was doing no disco and shit. But anyway, um, so yeah, like it was just the beginning of the whole unconventional avant-garde kind of punk rock sound. Not punk rock, the rock music sound and shit like that,
Mhm. Yeah.
And pretty much, David Bowie even said that, he was influenced by like David Byrne of Talking Heads when it comes to his vocal style and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I really cannot. Yeah, Sam, that's the best way. New Wave was coming out, because when disco had that whole disco demolition, after
Mhm.
that happened, it's like music was just in. They didn't know what to do with one another, like especially R&B music and shit
Right.
too. It's like a lot of R&B cats pre Thriller. It was just like they were trying to like recap R&B back to its black sound and shit too. But then once Thriller came out, then
That was it.
yeah, you might have to do a video on best
Don't
R&B
do it.
albums between '79 and '82 one day and shit. Cause
Nice.
we might can do that. We're doing the worst fourth albums too next week too.
Yes.
Okay, and we can squeeze that in. We might have to double day. Fuck it, I'm gonna fuck. Yeah, man. And so the whole new wave culture was beginning to take form and shape. So David Bowie pretty much experimented with new wave. It didn't really become more heavily into like the Scary Monsters album, which I'll talk more about that whenever I get it. Um, you know what? Sam, I will actually call Talking Heads early precursors of alternative music, if you ask me. Like new wave, they did have their new wave, but they were also funky rock and shit like that.
Right.
Pretty much they were like my favorite rock group of the '80s and stuff too. And I know a lot of people were surprised because some people might think I'm Guns N' Roses, but
Yeah.
they're top five though. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
let's be real, Guns N' Roses dropped only one album in the '80s.
Mm.
I'm not gonna count the EP, that the Suicide EP and shit, but
Right.
which we gotta talk about Spaghetti Incident one day and shit. I know I said that repeatedly, but
Yeah.
honestly, I'm in no rush listening to that, which I'll explain why. So this is the album cover right here. Um, this is actually the full album cover. It just has I don't know what the fuck was going on with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I don't know what the trying to look up the information with the artwork. Okay, so he was working on this with pop artist Derek Boshier and stuff like that. It's supposed to represent like a death, like a crime scene. And I guess when the crime scene motherfuckers
The white chalk.
the white chalk.
Yeah.
So I guess Bowie wanted to like do something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he looked dead in the album cover.
Right, because all these years I'm just looking at myself like, what the fuck is going on? Because some editions of this album, they just have this as an album cover.
Right.
But this is actually the 2017 remastered edition.
Okay.
So trying to unwrapping and shit. So insert try joke and shit.
You just now playing that?
I mean, I already got this album, I think like last year. The year before. Yeah. So yeah, this has all these other weird shit going on and stuff like Bowie looking like he passed out right there and shit.
Yeah.
Mind you, if y'all hear some noise in the background and shit, I'm watching Atlanta in the background too and shit.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to have the mic muted in case it gets really funny and shit. Cause I don't want FX doing this whole copyright bullshit. All right, yeah, nothing really to it with this album when it comes to inserts. All right. Okay, so like I said, this album has 10 tracks. Let's get this shit started. Track number 1, Fantastic Voyage. No, this is not a cover of the Lakeside song Fantastic Voyage. Okay, I know that's what y'all would probably think, which ironically, both of those songs came out around the same time because I think that song came out in 1982. So 1980 as in the year, so who knows? Honestly, this song was okay and shit like that. I wouldn't really have started off the album with this particular track, if you ask me, but it's not a bad song or whatnot. No, one thing I got from this song was the fact that it like I said, it was just continuing his like multiple trips he was doing, from like when he was like in the US during like the whole drug era and then going back to the US and stuff like that. Pretty solid song and shit like that too. Like traveling has been like a very interesting theme when it comes to like the Berlin trilogy and shit like that too. So
yeah,
I definitely fuck with it, but I wouldn't have started off the album with this one.
Yeah, I mean, it had a nice beat. I love the guitars on it, but yeah, I wouldn't have started off the album with this. I should have been like a middle track, if anything, but it was
right. It was alright, definitely. Alright. And also too, Brian Eno and David Bowie's relationship it's not that they were falling out, they just musically weren't really as clicking as Lone Heroes and shit too. Which that's probably has something to do with it as well, but fuck it. Track number 2, African Night Flight. Honestly, this is actually my favorite song off this album, if you ask me. It's a very weird song, even for Bowie, and that's saying something, like, hence the title. It has like an African rhythm, like that dun dun dun, bum bum bum, and then just the way how David Bowie was kind of like singing it, it sounded like he was kind of rapping on this song. I'm not even gonna hold you, just the way he was flowing. It
sounded like he was mumbling. This is mumble rap.
So you trying to say David Bowie created mumble rap and shit?
Yes, just hearing that song, this is mumble rap. That's what he was doing.
This nigga was like,
because he wasn't making no sense on that shit. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? This is mumble rap.
Moment fall in Hollywood, man. I slid to the nearest bar under my chairman. I went to.
We have found the creator of mumble rap. It was David Bowie.
So pretty much this song, the story with this song was that he actually. Oh my fucking god! Leave me alone, bitch! Damn. Sorry about that. I hate when people call me doing reviews, but anyway. All right, so the story with this track was the fact that he actually traveled to Kenya and stuff too, and he actually witnessed like some German expatriates or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And so he pretty much got inspired by that by writing this fucking song and shit, to which hence the African rhythm and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it really does not sound like anything he would have ever done like in the past and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? like I said, when I first heard this shit, I'm just like, is this nigga rapping? Like,
Sam, you didn't understand anything he was singing in that song. That was mumble rap. I would like if he was alive, he could do a whole album with Migos. So that's what he was doing.
chill, chill on that
That was
shit.
mumble rap. He was just saying any old shit, and I didn't understand nothing he was saying on that song.
And then the fucking chorus and shit. It says like Asante hara hara which
What is that?
that means Asante means thank you in Kitwali and stuff like that too. And habara means it's a greeting between friends too. So just to let y'all know. So pretty much my favorite track off this album. I like it.
Does he have the lyrics for that song on the album sleeve? No.
Uh Let me see my version. Hold on.
Because you needed lyrics for that song. Because I didn't understand what he was saying. He sounded like he was possessed by the devil or something.
It would sound like he was back on drugs with this fucking track. Shit. But yeah, he has the lyrics. He has the lyrics.
Oh, he has the lyrics on there?
Yeah.
You can read it? You understand what it said?
Yeah, you want me to read it?
Yeah. What was he saying? Because I didn't understand what he was saying.
Okay, I'm gonna decipher. It said African nightmare, one-time Mormon, more men fall in hullabaloo men. I slide to the nearest bar, undermine chairman. I went too far, bent on a windfall, rent to Sony, wonder how the dollar went down. Gotta get a word to Elizabeth's father. Hey ho, he wished me, you know.
He was not saying that on the song. That's another language he was saying.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like, shit. The way I get it was even the way the song was mixed too, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
it was like a weird, quirky beat, and then he's like mumble rapping on the song. And I don't know what the hell he was saying, but it wasn't what you just read.
For African rhythm,
he was speaking in tongues. It was like some unidentified language we haven't discovered yet.
For real. And mind you, this was before Paul Simon went to fucking South Africa and shit too.
Yeah, well, I understood what Paul Simon said on Graceland. I didn't understand what David Bowie was saying on this song.
Fuck. Anyway, next track. Move On is the next fucking track. This track right here was pretty solid again. Not as good as like the previous track in my personal opinion and shit like that, but it was a pretty solid track. You know what I'm saying? I love the melody towards that. Again, this song pretty much talks about traveling to exotic locations and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Hence the title. Sometimes I need to move on and shit too. So I like it.
Yeah, it was nice. You know, like so it had like a rolling beat and pianos. The guitar play was good. It was dope.
Yeah, definitely. Next fucking track. Hold on, like. Next fucking track is The Assassin, Turkish for Long Live. Again, another experimental track where he wanted to go for like just definitely hence the title has like a very Turkish kind of feel to it, I guess. He said he was talking about this song in an interview from what I looked up. He said, and I quote, like, he actually wrote this song while he was in Berlin. And oh my gosh, shut up. He actually wrote this song while he was in Berlin and stuff like that. And so yeah, that's hence why like melody and everything like that. Pretty solid song again. Yeah.
You got a Turkish vibes from it. I thought it was like a more Afrobeat, Caribbean type of sound.
I mean, either or and shit too. I mean, I guess that was his influence.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. It had like a more Caribbean sound to it. I like the beat.
You said you like the beat?
Yeah.
Definitely. Alrighty. Next track we got is Red. Red Sails. Pretty okay track right there too. Probably one of my least favorite tracks. I'm not even gonna hold you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It pretty much references like a 30s pop song and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it wasn't really one of my favorite tracks off this album, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, it was dope. And I like the guitar playing it, and the beat was dope.
You said, yeah, definitely. Like, the guitar playing definitely was ill on this fucking track too. Um, Next track. Now we're gonna go into side two. DJ, very dope song in my personal opinion. Um, this track was kind of like a satirical kind of song, if to say the least, and shit like that. Pretty much, David Bowie, he pretty much is playing the role of a fucking DJ and stuff like that. But the thing is, like the DJ was like, he didn't really fucking like his job, and he's mostly a DJ like he's mostly a DJ living at home. He lost his day job and stuff like that, and he likes to play fucking disco in a weird way. You know what I'm saying? So to say the least, it's kind of like him making fun of disco, I guess, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There was a promotional video to that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, just y'all can check it out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was a pretty solid song, to say the least, and shit like that too. I like it.
Yeah, this was dope. Nice beat, nice bass line. The guitars, he's saying like, I am a DJ, I am what I play. I like this song. This song is probably like my favorite on here.
Yeah, it's a very catchy song and shit. Um, Next track, "Look Back in Anger." This was another single off this album. Now, a lot of people have said that this is like one of their least favorite tracks off this album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of disagree on that. To be real with you, I feel like this song was just as solid. Um, it kind of like has two meanings, if you ask me. When he says "look back in anger," like when I got this track, it's pretty much just saying like he has regrets about like how he was living in some of his in the past and stuff like that, especially like during like the drug then white Duke era and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so when he said look back at anger, I guess it was just like a way for him just to like, just say, damn, we were doing some stupid shit back at that time and stuff like that too. So yeah, man. This was a pretty solid track. I also love the chorus to that track too. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Yeah, Sam. That's
Yeah,
probably my second favorite track as well too.
yeah, it was nice. I like the drums on it, the guitars.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Next track, "Boys Keep Swinging." Oh my God, this is another funny, interesting song and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So he pretty much wrote this song making fun of like straight guys and how he felt like straight guys also check out other guys out and whatnot, and this the whole hyper masculinity motherfuckers and shit too. Um, and it's crazy because like the fact that he was really trying to like really work on this track a lot when he was working on this album and stuff like that too, because he had a lot of problems like recording this track when I looked up. And there was actually a video
Yeah,
to this track,
dressed up as
very
women.
infamous video.
He's dressed up as different women.
Yeah, like that. Da 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 da. Boys keys. You know, he just dressed like this old lady and this like younger lady and shit like that.
Yeah,
And it was a very very controversial, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of viewers were very scared by that video and
I was
stuff like
scared.
that.
I was. Was he into men or no?
Okay, so he used that pretty much as a ploy. Those niggas saw it as a ploy but there were stories about how him and Mick Jagger were in bed with one another,
Oh wow.
and his wife caught them in bed. But he mostly identifies himself as straight. That was just
Right.
mostly the drugs, I guess.
Mhm.
Um, but the craziest performance was the Saturday Night Live performance,
Mhm.
and oh shit! So he pretty much pre-recorded the performances and stuff like that, and he performed his head like in a puppet body and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was a very weird performance, but it was one of Saturday Night Live's best performances in my opinion. Was Bowie anyway, so you know what I'm saying. So,
Right.
so yeah, this track right here, very very dope track. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, if people can listen to Young Thug wearing a fucking dress on his album cover, then y'all can listen to this fucking track. That's all I
Right.
gotta say.
I like the song. The video was just it was Bowie, but I love the drums on it and the guitars is like a dope rock joint. I
Definitely.
didn't expect to see him playing through different women in the video, but that's the weirdness of Bowie.
Exactly. That is the weirdness of Bowie and shit.
Oh, he was bar. Sam said he was bar.
Oh yeah, well, that explains it and shit. That explains it. Track number 9, Repetition. Um, Again, another pretty solid track right here. Very solid track. It tells another. It's like another one of those weird kind of stories and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It just talks about like this abusive father and husband and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then just how him navigating through life, like throughout the country and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's like what I got from like the chord when he said, and he could have married Anne with the blue silk blouse and stuff like that. I guess that line means like he just stuck with her. He stuck with her and stuff like that. When it comes to marriage and stuff like that, and just settling down. You know what I'm saying? So it's just an alright track.
Yeah, it was nice. I like the beat, the bass line, the guitar play.
Yeah. And the last track, Red Money. Again, it pretty much ends up the album just like how it started. With this song, is pretty much he's talking about like he's pretty much talking about the nuclear war. Especially how at that time, like in the early '80s, that was coming up and
Right.
shit like that. And so of course, red in the title, that's supposed to like represent like of course the Germans and shit like that. So this track right here, pretty straightforward. A little trivia about this track. This track was
Mhm.
actually a remix version, a rewritten version of Iggy Pop's song Sister Midnight" from The Idiot, which originally I was supposed to talk about that next week, but I decided just to like push the album until next month because I have another dope rock album I want to talk about in that place and shit too. So, which I'm gonna let you know after we finish up this review. So, Iggy Pop is still gonna be
All right.
next month. I just let y'all know.
Yeah, it was nice. I like the beat on it. You know.
Yeah. Right, and that's all of the time on this album. Overall, this is a pretty good album in my opinion. Um, it's pretty much the most straightforward album when it comes to the Berlin trilogy for a couple of reasons. I know a lot of people say this was like it. The general public, they're split with this album.
Mm,
A lot of people say they don't like it. It's the weakest of the Berlin trilogy, which, in my opinion, it kind of is the weakest of the Berlin trilogy because just how
right.
Low and Heroes was just so experimental and accessible with the sound. I feel like with this album, it kind of like had a more of a stripped down sound to it, but that does
Right.
not, but that does not mean it's a bad fucking album and shit too. Because especially after what the monstrous works that Brian Eno, Tony Visconti, and David Bowie did, it they probably just wanted to relax, more looser album and shit like that too. Just think Q said four. You mean 4.8 Q? You said 48. Shit.
4.8 mics.
Anyway,
Kind of great is that?
now anyway, when it also comes to this album, I also feel like it is his most underrated album of the decade. next to Diamond Dogs, if you ask me.
Mm.
I felt like vocally he was still doing his thing vocally with this album. There's probably like two tracks I could probably would have done without. The Red Sails track and also what's the track name? Red Sails and also probably the you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna say Repetition and shit. Um, I mean, those none of those tracks were necessarily bad, but it was just a bit too. Um, this might be the only time I say this, but it was a bit too sane for the album. I felt like the album already established itself as just like a weird, unconventional album. I felt like those tracks kind of like played it safe.
Right.
But I'm definitely gonna give this album 4.5 mics and shit like that. I feel like it's still a pretty dope album, pretty solid and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a low, it's not Heroes. You know what I'm saying? I don't want everyone just to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
David Bowie, Lodger, and like I mentioned before, this is the 2017 remastered edition. So yeah, if y'all want to finish this album, then y'all can get it.
That's what's up. Yeah, I like some songs. The DJ song and what's the other song? Boys Keep Swinging, and those are dope. Yasasin.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like those songs. It was cool.
yeah, definitely. Very very dope. So yes, that concludes the Berlin trilogy, y'all. That concludes it. So what did you think about the Berlin trilogy?
Yeah. I like Low. I thought Low was the best one out of
Got you.
the three, and Heroes had some joints on it.
Okay.
You know, I'm not really a fan of his instrumentals. I think his instrumentals are too weird. It's like
Got you.
he should have been scoring horror films at that time. You know what I'm saying? They could have used them for like Silent Night, Deadly Night, or one of the one of the Jason Voorhees films. You know that because I mean I heard like some of those instrumentals. I'm like, yo, this is a horror. This belongs in a horror film.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. Yep, I'm definitely glad you fucks with the album and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Way better than Metallica.
Oh Lord, yes.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like the Rage Against the Machine. Those were the best rock reviews.
I love those. Well, I love Rage. I love Rage. So I was into those because I like a lot, and I never discussed their music before. So
Right. Got you.
Aerosmith. I love that discography breakdown too because I'm a huge Aerosmith fan.
Yeah, you're a huge Aerosmith fan of me. Shit.
And Bad Brains. That was great. You know what I mean? I don't mind the rock discussions because we don't do enough of those.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like people see us on here and they see us do mainly the R&B and rap, but the rock stuff is what I like. So yeah, Black Flag, that those joints too. Those were good. I didn't like none of those Ice Cube albums. Everything's Corrupt. I think it's like maybe 2 songs I liked off of that album.
Yeah, man. New Wave or New Jack Swing? Oh, New Jack Swing.
Yeah.
There's only a few new wave acts I can just really listen to like that, like Blondie, talking heads, stuff and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was just a lot of the rock acts were just trying to incorporate that new wave sound just for the fuck of it. So I was thinking, I got a dope album. I'm gonna text you the list right now and shit like that.
Okay.
Because this next week is gonna be crazy as hell. Oh, Sam, the B-52s was dope too.
I never cared for them. They reminded me of like an old '60s group.
That was the point of it.
That was the whole point of it.
Yeah, like tribute to like the Beach Boys,
Oh,
kind of. But that their first album though,
mm.
fucking fire.
I like
Fucking
Devo. Devo was dope.
honestly, I hate how people always say they one hit wonders and shit.
Right.
Like I
Yeah, they
don't.
got a
He's a what?
they got a couple hits.
Mm. Yeah,
Kraftwerk, yes, Kraftwerk was dope.
I'm gonna stay on till maybe about 10:30, y'all. Just let y'all know it's still relatively early. Disco before disco demolition or after? Well, after it was pretty much just like dance music, so I'm gonna say before.
What is Disco Demolition?
That was when the baseball it was the whole death of disco when they got all the disco records and just
Oh, and they put it in the baseball field.
yeah.
I saw that shit like a couple years ago. That when they did that, people are crazy. They threw away classic albums too. They probably regret that shit now.
Let's see. You know what? Fuck it.
Favorite New Jack Swing album? Probably Bobby Brown. Don't Be Cruel. Classic. Can the Tinos wear cornrows? They already have. Where you been? Be real. Back in the like 92, 93, Be real had like an afro that he used to wear in cornrows.
J-Lo
Look it
had
up.
cornrows too.
Huh?
J-Lo had cornrows too.
Who? J Lo?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, she Puerto Rican. Yeah.
Hmm. You know what?
Man.
This might be this might be an interesting week.
It's not a black thing. You can wear cornrows. It's for anybody. But fucking Brian Austin Green had cornrows on 90210.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did.
You know what I'm saying? Remember K-Fed? He used to wear fucking cornrows. You know, James Franco, the actor, James Franco had cornrows in his hair. Guy self-titled or Keith Sweat, Make It Last Forever.
Self-titled.
Oh yeah, Guy first album, definitely. Top 3 New Jack Swing albums.
Just to let you know, Sunday we're going to do the rap albums list. Actually, are you doing anything on Saturday or no?
I might. It depends on the weather.
Gotcha.
It's been rainy and shit, so we'll see.
Yes, let's just leave that for Sunday. We can do it.
You want to do the album? You want to do the album list on Saturday?
If it is Saturday, it's gonna be like Saturday night.
Right.
Yeah, you say you got some birthday stuff too, so I don't want to.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna be out the whole. There's very little to do. We still in COVID, so I'm not gonna be out the whole night. You know what I mean? If it was any other time when there was no COVID, I'd probably be out the whole night. But
okay. We can say it's 12:30 for right now.
right.
And then If you got some shoe, I can always push this Sunday.
Right.
Cool.
Favorite album covers? That's a whole episode we have to do.
Well, Ronnie said favorite Metallica album cover.
I'm looking at what Q said. Favorite album covers of all time. I don't have a favorite Metallica album cover. That's for Reg.
Master of Puppets for me.
Too many to name. Too many. Doggy Style, Machiavelli, Midnight Marauders. Too many to name. Too many album covers. That's like a whole episode we would have to do.
Y'all gonna love me on Tuesday. Worst Jim Jones album?
I ain't listened to all of them. Worst Jim Jones album? I don't know.
The Dogfather album cover. That was alright.
Yeah, Diary of Summer was great.
That wasn't one that came out in like 06, right?
So 06? Like around there, like 06, 07. Something like that.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Jim Jones fan like that though, but
I never heard nothing a whack album from him. Like he had some dope albums. I wasn't a huge fan of him, but he didn't have nothing that I was like, oh God, I gotta turn this off. You know. 05, that's when it was. Okay. Favorite Michael album cover?
Thriller.
I love the bad album cover. Just him with the white background and he got like all the basically have the same thing he had on in the bad video. I like the
Right.
bad cover. It was great. Like who's fucking with this dude, man? He's dressed out in all black. He can't be stopped. Who's fucking with him?
About to go see AJ tomorrow night. Shout out to AJ.
All right.
Shout out to Ashley as well too.
That's...
Oh, by the way, shout out to Mark Nash too for dope stream last night.
Did you go on it?
No, I was busy last night.
Yo, them niggas was wilding. So many producers was left off that list. I'm like, y'all. I came in there, I was like naming at least another 20 that they forgot on the list. Like, where was Eric Sermon? I'm like, nobody. Y'all don't fuck with Eric Sermon?
Yeah, that was the critic list. When I saw Puffy up there,
I'm like, Puffy is on there before Eric Sermon and Alchemist. Like, what? No. That's definitely a wrong list already. Little John was on that. Like Little John was dope, but I'm not putting him on that same level with Primo and Pete Rock.
Exactly.
For Crunk, come on, that shit did not last.
I just texted you too.
Yeah. Deltron 3030, that was dope. We didn't do a review for that yet, right? We talked about doing that.
I could have sworn. I think I did a solo
Did you
review.
do that? We talked about doing some Dell album like years ago.
It was No Need for Alarm. That's the
No
one.
Need for Alarm. Okay. Yeah, Deltron was dope. I liked it. I didn't see the latest one yet, but I think the show was dope, and I wasn't gonna watch it, but I like the different take on the show now. I see Sam. Like it's like they put in any old body on that list. Fucking Metro Boomin was on that list. I'm like, what? Really? Over Havoc? Who's making this list up?
White kid.
You know, where was MF Doom? I didn't see him on the list. Where was he at? Lost Professor, where was he at? None of these cats was on the list. I came in and I mentioned like 20, and you know what I'm saying? They ain't had nothing to say.
Exactly.
Alchemist wasn't on the list either. You think LL Definition was the worst album cover? Compared to like a lot of the No Limit shit that they were dropping, that pen and pixel shit? It had some pretty bad ones.
This episode of Atlanta's already on some trippy shit.
You love All No Limit? Bad album covers and all?
Honestly, some of those album covers No Limit had was kind of fire. I'm not even gonna hold you.
What was the 90s rap album that had that ugly ass looking burger on the cover? What album is that?
Please don't say burger when I'm already hungry.
I don't know what album that was. Have you all heard Boss? Yeah, we talked about Boss. We mentioned Boss last night. The Boss album. Know what? The ugly ass album cover with a burger on it. I don't even know what album that is. First Served by Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom Cool Keith? That's the one he's talking about?
Oh yeah, the Cool Keith album.
That joint?
Yeah,
I don't even remember that album cover.
I'll pull it up. Hold on.
I thought he was talking about I was thinking about the MF Doom food album cover, but I don't think it has a burger on the album cover.
No, I don't.
Wow.
Y'all making me hungry. I was about to make me some food after I get off the stream. Gotta make me my food, do some music, call it a fucking night. I'm not going back out one bit.
What about Dr. Dre?
Oh shit, AJ. It's gonna be a chill ass night. Hell, depending how I feel tonight, I might do a late night stream or some shit. I don't even know.
Oh yeah.
Depending on how I feel. Let me see. I don't want nobody to ask me. I thought you were doing a late night show. I was like, nope. I said depending on how I feel. Still gotta record this episode for try. Whoa. Of course my Sling TV wants to act up now. Great. I paid my fucking bill. Yeah, but this is the album cover.
Oh God. The fuck? No, that shit is bad.
It's Welfare Love, Chapter 8. That was my shit.
Wow,
Love
that shit
that
is
shit.
bad. That shit is bad.
Despite the album cover, that album is fire though.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty much like my second or third favorite Kool Keith album.
Wow.
What
year was that?
99.
99. And the
Yes.
album cover looking like that, it looks terrible.
I think he did it as a satire of the No Limit
Oh.
album covers too.
Oh, that's what it was.
I
Okay.
think. Don't quote me. I just.
Yeah, I mean, because the graphics at that time was pretty advanced. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, that album cover is bad.
Okay, it's 10:31.
Those are his best exhibit albums. Yeah, that Big Bear album cover. We was on that Mark Nash live stream when he was doing those album covers. Them shits was terrible.
Hell yeah.
That Big Bear album cover with they all sitting at the table with the drinks and the food and all that.
Trash.
I'm like, what was that? Who bought that album? That shit was terrible. Do I like Fantastic Four, the movie? I like the OG movie, not VB.
You got the list I texted you?
I'm gonna check my phone in a minute.
Cool. Favorite David Bowie album cover? Ooh. That's a tough one. Honestly, I liked the Heathen album cover from 2002. I want to say that album came out. Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh shit! Let me show you.
What that look like?
It's like some Alfred Hitchcock kind of shit.
Oh God. Is it as bad as that Dr. Doom shit we saw?
So you'll see. Oh, it's like only David Bowie would do some shit like this.
I don't know who made that producer list. It was just bad. Oh wow, no, I never saw that one.
Yeah,
and he has Heathen written upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Is it like upside down for a reason, or you just want to do that?
You just wanted to do that.
Oh, I thought it was like it's a word like backwards. You can see another meaning for the word or something. Yeah, it already was. It was last night. He had the live stream.
Jesus. All right, there's a few more people. Aladdin Sane's my favorite album cover. Yes, yes, I love Aladdin Sane. I know a lot of people right now aren't really fucking with the Bel Air show.
They don't like it.
It's like they like it, but they just feel like it's doing too much.
Well, what? It's a different take on. It's a drama now. It's not a comedy. That's the difference. It's a drama. It's a drama show now.
Right.
So, I think it's good. Just a different take of the show. And they made Hillary more smarter this time. She wasn't an airhead like back in the day.
Exactly.
Better vocalist, Robert Plant or Freddie Mercury?
Mercury.
I'm more of a fan of the Queen stuff, so I can't comment on Led Zeppelin.
But yeah, I'm gonna call this a night right here. Shit. So like I said, I got a few announcements I want to make. So y'all probably next time y'all might see me is when we do the next rap albums and stuff like that. And I already got my albums ready and shit like that. All I just gotta do is find one vinyl and I'll be straight. But we also gonna do a review that right after that fucking list and stuff like that. It's gonna be Mad Cobra's first album, Hard to Dry, Easy to Wet, some shit like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Try has that album, thank God.
Hard to Wet, Easy to Dry.
Hard to Wet, Easy to Dry. Got you.
Yeah.
I knew it was some shit like that. No, we never did a review on Restless.
No.
Never. But yeah. So anyway, other than that, like I said, Pete Rock is gonna be next Tuesday and shit like that. 6 o'clock.
Yes.
On the dot. 6 o'clock on the dot. Y'all better not be late. And then next Thursday, just that one day at a time. It's breakdown and shit like that. I am already working on the New York undercover shit. Working on that one as well too. Try to find as many episodes I can find. Right. So far, I found the whole of season 1, which I'm very excited about because I started watching that this weekend.
That's on Daily Motion, you said?
Yeah, but see, no, it's no lie, but I kind of downloaded the episodes and shit like that because Daily Motion is like every 5 or 10 minutes there's an ad, and since the show is like an hour long and shit like that, it took me like about an hour and 30 minutes just to finish an episode and shit.
Right.
So I just downloaded. I mean, I know I'm not supposed to do that shit, but hey, man, unless they drop the shit on DVD, what else am I supposed to do?
Yeah, and they ain't never gonna do that.
and I know that some episodes on BET, which I'm gonna do my best to record some BET episodes, but at the same time, if I see any bad or weird edit or some shit like that, it's a wrap. I know how BET likes to do them fucking stupid edits and shit.
Right.
Like, you better come over here and make my dinner and stuff. Shit. But other than that, like I said, I don't even know if I'm gonna go live tonight or not, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I've just been so effing fucking. I've just been so effing busy. But you know what? If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. Fuck it.
Yep.
But I will talk to y'all some other time. Thank you so much as usual for this, and I will see y'all later.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.